Guys, back to Building a Blogger. And in today's series, we're going to be talking about Fiverr. Now, I've mentioned them on some of my YouTube shorts, but today we're going to go in depth on how to get started with it as a freelancing business. So stick around. Alrighty, guys, welcome back to another episode of Building a Blogger. I'm Roxana Guy, the owner of Building a Blogger, and today we're going to do a special about Fiverr. So to kind of give a little backstory on why we're doing a video on Fiverr, I actually had a viewer on Instagram who reached out to me about wanting to quit their 9 to 5. Now, realize my best advice that I can give you guys is not to quit your 9 to 5 until you have a steady side gig built up. And what I mean by that is it takes time to build a business. So quitting your 9 to 5 and saying, yep, I'm going to make it, I'm all in right now, is not always the best thing to do. Now, I realize that a lot of things have happened during COVID. Some people are struggling to get jobs. Some places are struggling to get people hired. There's a lot of different things that are going on, and there are people who are looking online for work. So I wanted to start with the freelancing part to kind of give you guys a better understanding. So we're going to start this series. There's going to be multiple videos. I'm going to go over some sites that I have personally used, and I'm showing you right now this particular Fiverr page because this is my Fiverr page. This is where I write articles for my blog. So as you can see, for a 500-word post, I'm paying $5. It sounds really low, but when you start getting quite a few people who are buying your product, it does add up over time. If I get 10 articles in a month, that's an extra $50. Let's look at some of my other packages. Some people will buy into my larger ones, like 1,000-word post. Again, 10 people, that's an extra $100. Premium is going to be 15. Same thing again. If I get 10 of those, it's 150. So when we add all of those together, that's $300 a month. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but these are starting rates, and I'm starting with these starting rates because I wanted you to see it takes time to build a business. Now we're going to go over here, and I'm going to actually go to Fiverr's articles and blog posts section, and you'll see that there are people who are making quite a bit more money. Look here, you've got people who are starting at $30 an hour, or $30 an hour, $30 an article, $25, $40, $10, and there's all these different, you can even select pro services. If you get qualified to be in pro services, that's where the real money is. You're talking at $125 here for these two right here, $100 here for this pro verified. So starting at $5 seems really small, but you have to find a place to grow yourself. So you can be a pro seller. We're going to take this off for a minute, that filter, and you can be a local seller. Maybe you're in a bigger area where you want people to come to you because they live in, your local city, or, outside of your city, excuse me if I can talk. But there's a lot of different things. You can write, high quality SEO. I see article content for any purposes, premium arts and cultures articles up here, 750 words, for 48 hours. There's a lot that's going on here, and it's different local sellers. So if you don't want to do local, there's also this option for online sellers. So you can see, people who are a little more global, people who wanting to work remote. So these are just writers. Now this is what I do. Feel free to go through there and look at all the different ones, but let's go ahead and just hover over here. Please feel free to stop the video so you can read these. There are lots of different things: vector tracing, jewelry design, trading booth designs. None of these have anything to do with writing. There are quite a few, and it is substantial. So we have digital marketing. You can stop again the video if you want to see this list as well. Writing and translation. There's more than just article and blog posts. We've got resumes. We've got ad copy, brand voice and tone, legal writing, grant writing, video animation. So if you guys have some skills, or maybe you got some tools where you like to make videos, absolutely, there's a huge need for this. Music and audio, voiceovers are extremely popular here on Fiverr, but you can make quite a bit of money if you have a great kind of voice. We'll go over here to the next one, programming and tech. If you have, user testing, for example, in the background, that's a very helpful one. Mobile app, e-commerce development. There's literally, the sky's the limit with this. We got data as well as business, and we've even got lifestyles. There's even some other stuff that's not mentioned on here. I know people who have done like spell casting. I know that sounds crazy, but you can actually hire somebody to cast spells. There's just, just a crazy kind of market here with Fiverr. So that's why I wanted to kind of highlight Fiverr, and obviously I'm not here to promote one thing over another, but I wanted to show you that this is something that you can definitely learn to be able to help you guys to start making some side income. So you can, if you're not really sure where to start with this section, Discover. There's guides if you need to go into business topics, you need to learn. There's some helpful classes that you can take. It's up to you. If you need to help making your logo to make yourself look a little more professional, you need to connect with the community because you have questions. Maybe you just want to listen to their podcast. There's lots of different things that you can hear. And of course, there's blogs for more news and information. There's different languages that are up here. So if this isn't your language, this is something that can be very helpful. How do you want to pay? How do you want to be paid? You can obviously pick other options. And here's Become a Seller. I'm going to click this one because I do want to kind of go into it. So you can actually become a seller today. How do you become a seller? So before we dive in, I'm going to show you kind of some examples here. Of course, they're going to show you that there's designers and developers and writers and video editors and so on and so forth. So basically, you just create a gig. You deliver your work and you get paid. People hire you because Fiverr will showcase your work, and the more you get hired, the more stars that you get. And the more stars that you get, of course, the more business that you'll become. So I'm just going to go really quick, and I'm not going to go through all the steps. You can connect your social medias, or it's as easy as entering your email to get started. It doesn't sit here and ask for a lot of questions. They're not going to sit here and ask you for your social security number. They're not going to ask for all this, crazy stuff. To get started selling, they will ask you, for a bank account. So if you don't have a bank account, I highly advise to get one, but I know some people they have good reasons not to. Sometimes you can get one through like a green dot card. They'll have their own routing number and account number, so it'll work like a bank account. I think the Visa and MasterCard kind of vanilla cards do the same thing, if I remember correctly as well. Don't hold me to that. I will gladly try to investigate that for a future video. That could be something, but just know that there will be an option. I think there's also Payoneer is also an option on this. So if you guys have like PayPal, Payoneer, Venmo, Payoneer is like PayPal and Venmo, but I do remember there's also a Payoneer option that could be also beneficial as well if you don't have a bank account. So that's pretty much all I'm going to kind of cover today on Fiverr. It's pretty much self-explanatory. Fiverr is named because the gigs start at $5. Excuse me, my little pop-up's coming up again. But those are right here. It's going to show you some of the most popular ones right now that are available. Maybe you guys have good skills in social media, SEO, illustration, translation, data entry. Like I said, I'm not going to read every single one of them, but you get the idea. But go ahead, take a look at Fiverr and see how Fiverr can help you guys succeed.